Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. In today's Matt's Minute, we're going to talk about liquidity. When auto trading, you should know not all markets are created equal. At InvestiQuant, we are extremely selective about what we trade and how much we allow to trade in the programs. This is important because if you trade too big for a market, your results will suffer due to the cost of execution. So let's take a look at a hypothetical example to see what I mean by comparing the liquidity in the S&P 500 futures versus the NASDAQ futures. And we're going to use a snapshot of the liquidity of those markets taken at the exact same time. So the picture that we're looking at looks at the liquidity of the S&P 500 on the left and the NASDAQ on the right. The yellow highlighted price is where the last trade took place at the time of the snapshot. The numbers on the right of the price with the red background are the resting contracts available to execute at that price. So let's say you need to execute 50 S&P 500 contracts at the market. In this example, you could enter 33 contracts at the market price of $54.91 in the S&P, which would then move the price up to the next price higher at $54.91 quarter. And that's where you'd have enough liquidity to buy the remaining 17 contracts. When you average that out across 50 contracts, it would cost you $4.25 in slippage per contract to enter that position. Now, to put on the same 50 contracts in the NASDAQ, it would take out all available resting orders between 18.826.50 and 18.828.50. And when averaged out across 50 contracts, it would cost you $29.20 in slippage per contract. So as you can see, the difference can be quite a bit. And that is just on 50 contracts. If you need to execute 500 contracts, it could be 10 times that amount. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't ever trade thinner markets like the NASDAQ. There can be some great edges in that market, but you can't do so with significant size without negatively impacting the profitability of the trade. And that's why we choose our markets and the size that we allow the trade within our programs very carefully. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you next time.